At CES, I always have plenty of time for smartphones and related gadgets, but this year I wanted to branch out a little bit. So when Nissan invited me to take a 30-minute test drive of the new Leaf, I just couldn't refuse. After all, I am the high-tech traveler. This updated model was unveiled in the last quarter of 2017, but it isn't available for purchase yet. And while the Leaf has been around for a few years already, this new model packs in quite a few improvements. The range has been extended from 107 miles to 150 miles thanks to the new 40 kilowatt-hour battery, which is 33% larger than the previous generation. If you want to go even further, there's even an Eco Boost mode, which will give you an extra 10 to 15 miles. It can be fully charged in 7 hours if you have a 220 outlet, but that time jumps up to 35 hours if all you have is a 110 plug. The new electric motors produce 147 horsepower and 236 foot-pounds of torque. That's a 37 and 26% bump over the previous generation. But Nissan didn't simply just bump up the specs and call it a day. There's a new driver assist mode which will take control of the wheel, power, and braking, with an adaptive cruise control and lane keep feature so that you don't have to stress as much in stop and go traffic or while cruising down the highway. But don't get this confused with a fully autonomous system, since the car will start throwing warnings at you if it detects that you've had your hands off the wheels for more than 3 seconds. In my 30-minute test drive, I was actually surprised at how well it worked, but it does struggle a little bit around curves and also when it has a hard time detecting the lanes on the road. Another new feature is e-pedal, an intelligent braking system which allows you to drive the car with one pedal. When the feature is turned on, the Leaf will apply the brake as soon as you lift your foot off the accelerator. It's an odd feeling at first, but it does become quite intuitive after a while. You just have to fight that instinct to move your foot over to the brake pedal whenever you want to slow down. As far as everything else goes, this is the most refined Nissan Leaf to date. There's plenty of power off the line for city driving, and you'll have no issues at all getting up to speed on the highways. For those who haven't driven an electric car before, you may have a hard time getting used to the silence of the electric motors. You can detect a faint whine while traveling at highway speeds, but typically, all you hear is the sound of the tires on the road. The body of the new Leaf is sleeker and larger than previous models, so there's plenty of room in the backseat for 2 passengers or 3 kids if you don't mind cramming them in there. There's a spacious trunk and an intuitive head unit in the center console which supports Android Auto and CarPlay. Oh, and Nissan has also moved up the charge plug on the front of the car so that it's easier to access without having to bend over. The new Nissan Leaf may not have the sex appeal of Tesla's Model 3, but it's still a great electric car that you'll actually be able to buy this year. And the price isn't too bad as well, ranging from $31,000 to $37,000. And keep in mind, Nissan has already built and sold more than 300,000 Nissan Leafs already, making it the most popular electric car on the market. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos from CES 2018. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.